Murray cod season is almost upon us, and I've been asked if I could make a video explaining what lures I'm going to be using on cod opening. So here it is, the Murray cod opening lures video. Hey you! You're watching Robbie Fishing. Right, now these are the lures I'm taking on opening, or my first Murray cod fishing session for the season. Whether it's on opening day or not is anyone's guess. There's a lot of rain in the forecast. At the moment it's about 7 or 8 days before cod opening, and there's a lot of rain in the forecast. The rivers might be stuffed and I might have to use bait, I don't know. But this is what I've already got in my tackle box ready to go should the conditions be right. Now if I can't go out on opening, I'm sure I'll be going out not long after at the first available time. Right, these are the lures that I'm going to be taking on my first cod fishing session this season. And they're all tangled. I'll start with these. These are mustard fast tash line clips. They are my favourite line clips for attaching lures to the end of my line. They are better than any other snap swivel or line clip that I've ever used. Here we have a chase bait Smuggler. These are a very good surface lure. I love that bloop 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 noise that they make, and they catch fish. They make a great noise, they cast well, and they catch fish. I've got a chase bait Smuggler in my tackle box on opening. Look at this big kahuna. This is, it's even got a little bit of line tied to it, which is a little bit dodgy. Now I'm going to try and get it to focus on here. This is a codger jointed surface lure, but look at the size of it. That's because it's got a tail. You can actually buy these tails at trellies. They are that's normally what the codger surface lure looks like, but you can buy these extenders to make it bigger. I do think that they affect the swim pattern. It swims better without them, but that as a whole is so much cheaper than most other cod lures that are that size. It's a very cheap option for using a large surface lure, and it does still work. So it's a codger surface lure with a jointed tail on the back. Now I don't use this very often, but I like to carry it with me so that when I see a big log or one of those big deep dark pools and I think there's got to be a big Murray cod in there, I'll put that on just to see if I can tempt a big one out. It's there for when I want it, but I don't use it a lot. I've got, and these are all tangled. I couldn't call myself a Murray cod fisherman if I didn't have at least one stump jumper in my tackle box. That is the Fishing Monthly stump jumper, but it's just to me it's just a bright green stump jumper with a bit of blue on it. I love this light green colour on my cod lures. That lives in my tackle box for when I need it. The #1 stump jumper has caught more Murray cod than probably all other lures put together. It is just tried and proven, and it's a very successful cod lure. Here we have a Depths Buzz Jet. A couple of years ago, I'm trying to get it to focus on, there we go. That is a Depths Buzz Jet. It's got a great rattle. They've got a good sound. They swim just under the, or just under the surface. It's kind of like a cross between a surface lure and a wake bait, and they are an absolute fish catching machine. I've had some great luck on the Depths Buzz Jet. Not so much this colour, but a green colour. I've got it at home. I'm faced with the choice. Do I take the black one, or do I take the hooks off the black one and put it on the frog pattern that I've done so well with? I've gone with the black. That's in the tackle box because I know they work. We have a Bassman Dt Spinnerbait. DT is double trouble because it's got 2 blades. It is a double. I'm just trying to get this to focus on there so that you can see what the hell I'm talking about. That is a Bassman Dt Spinnerbait in purple. I like spinnerbaits because they catch big fish and small fish. A big fish will attack the whole thing. A small fish will just attack the little tail. Apparently, from what I've heard, this bit here is meant to look like a fish. The blades are meant to look like bait fish swimming near the fish. But a big cod will just inhale the whole lot. Spinnerbaits are great for Murray cod, big and small. And while I'm on the subject of spinnerbaits, I've got this other hairy McCleary from Donaldson's Dairy Lure. This is a Bassman 4x4. Not because it's a 4-wheel drive, but because it's got 4 blades. It's got 4 bright yellow blades. That's a lovely, I love these bright colours for Murray cod. I just think that must really get in their face and piss them off and make them want to strike. So it's got a stinger hook on the back. One of the best things about Bassman spinnerbaits is that they often come pre-rigged with a stinger hook, and I just think that helps hook up rates. It makes it a bit trickier to unhook them, but it also means that you hook more. Bassman 4x4, Bassman DT, 2 awesome spinnerbaits, and unlike the other Bassmans that have got an R-bend, these have got a little eyelet here at the top so that you can rig them with a swivel, or in my case the mustard fast hatch line clip. If I keep looking at the screen here beside the camera instead of here at the camera, that's because I'm just keeping my eye out to make sure it's focusing properly. Let's start the march of the old mate lures. I have got a tackle box full of these things, and they are awesome. I've had some really good luck on this purple and pink old mate lure. A fantastic Murray cod lure. They cast well, they're not too expensive to buy, and they catch a lot of fish. Now I'm going to leave links in the video description below this video to everything that I'm showing, if I can find them online. There's some things like the Depths Buzz Jet, I'm not sure whether you can get them online or not, but if I can find somewhere where you can buy them online, I'll put a link below, or if nothing else, if I can find the wholesaler, I'll put a link below so that you can find them. But anyway, I know for a fact you can buy these old mates online. My favourite colour old mate is this really bright green mofo. I have caught so many cod on this colour. Green with the orange guts is an absolute fish magnet, and I've caught so many cod on it, and I love it. Old mate lure. Most of you probably remember Mr. Orange from a couple of years ago. I had a great run with Mr. Orange. Mr. Orange is a predator lure. You can buy these from Predator Lure's website. Once again, I'll put a link below. I nicknamed it Mr. Orange for obvious reasons, because it's bright orange, and the cod just absolutely love it. And in my tackle box here, I also have Mr. Orange Junior. I've got Mr. Orange Senior and Mr. Orange Junior. This was actually given to Holly, this one. Last year I made an in-store appearance at Adventure Camping and Fishing just before Christmas, and Dave Broman, the owner of Predator Lures, was kind enough to donate 10 of these. Dave and I both signed them, then he put a clear coat over the top so the signature lasts forever, and people came in and bought them, and the money was given to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Thanks Dave, thanks Predator Lures, Dave and Jan, and Predator Lures. You guys are awesome. And while I was there, they gave Holly Mr. Orange Jr., and somehow he managed to swim into my tackle box. Probably because Holly's too busy playing games on her Xbox Wii NFG than what she is fishing these days. Right, we have got a chase bait Smuggler mini one. A little wee one, it's so cute. That's the same as the one that I showed you earlier, which I can't get out because it's tangled. That's the same as the bigger one, but it's a smaller variety. And I have certainly caught Murray cod on this. Same sort of system, bloop, 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 bloop. The sound, the splashing sound is a much higher pitch because it's got smaller paddles, but it still makes a nice blooping sound, and the fish like it. I don't actually know whether they see a budgie or whether they just see something going bloop, 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 bloop across the surface. But for whatever reason, Murray cod see it, they hone in on it, and they go bang. They love it. Here I have another Bassman 4x4. And I've only got about half a dozen left, so this is another Bassman 4x4, the four-bladed spinnerbait. These things are really good with 4 blades. When they're sinking next to a log, they sink really slow because these blades hit the water and they spin and they parachute down, and Murray cod often hit them on the sink. Bassman 4x4 in bright green colour, a fantastic spinnerbait option. I'll do these 3 together. Speed things up a bit. I'll do the triple. We have some, and these are very old and worn out. I've got some Domiki Air Frogs. Now these ones have done a fair bit of work, and they've all caught fish. You can see that one's ripped a little bit. I've caught a number of fish on that, and the white one here has got a number of fish on that as well. I've got these Domiki Air Frogs, and I will be taking some brand new ones still in their packet with me so that I can just rip them off and put a new one on. In fact, I'll rip that off right now. I'll be taking some brand new ones. That's the hook that it comes with. It's got a little screw on it. You screw the soft plastic on. I've got videos on how to rig. If you type in Robbie Fishing, how to rig a Domiki Air Frog, you will find videos from me showing you 2 different ways to rig these. One with these sort of hooks, and one with a different sort of hook known as a worm hook. But Domiki Air Frogs, I'm taking a few of them in my tackle box. Another old mate lure. I believe this is called Bardi Grub colour. I don't know why Bardi Grubs aren't that colour. They are that colour, but they're not that colour. Only up at the head. They've got a dark head and a yellow body. But for whatever reason, I think it's Bardi Grub colour, but I could be wrong. I've caught plenty of fish on that one too. I have got A number 2 stump jumper, a little one. Sometimes I find when the cod are just hitting my lure but not really belting it hard, I sort of get the sense maybe they're peckish but they're not fully hungry, or they're not aggressive for whatever reason. On those days where you're getting lots of strikes and no hookups, sometimes downsizing your lure can be a great option, and that's why I like to have a smaller number 2 stump jumper in my tackle box at all times, just for those days when nothing's working and I just want to try something different. And I have caught cod up to 90 centimetres long on a number 2 stump jumper, so don't think for 1 minute that the smaller lure won't catch the bigger fish. I have got a codger surface lure. This is the same as the first one, the codger jointed surface lure. I think it's called a codger topwater. I reviewed these ones. They're a great lure. The only difference with this one as opposed to the first one, it hasn't got the extra tails on it. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the focus thing happening right here. It doesn't have the added tails on it, the extra joins down the bottom, like the one that I showed you earlier, which is here, if I can pick it up. So it's the same lure, except I haven't added the tails on there. That's the one with the tails added. I have to stand back here a bit. That's the normal one. That's a normal one with tails added. This one will get a lot more use than this one, but this one's here for those times where I think there's got to be a big cod sitting under that ledge or under that log. I can put that on. So this is going to get a lot of work this year. I'm a big fan of the codger jointed surface lures. That's in my tackle box. And one more in my tackle box is this. That is a Coolabung Codwalker 70mm. These are a Murray cod magnet, particularly with smaller cod. The hookup rate with these is better than most other surface lures. For some reason, they just have a really good hookup rate, and I always like to carry one with me at all times. And quite often when all else fails, the little Coolabung 70mm Codwalker will do the job. Now that's all the lures. This is my tackle box that I've been carrying around with me for a few years now. That's just an El Cheapo tackle box that I bought at a service station for like $10 or $11. It's got a bit of crap in it. It's got a few spare mustard fast touch line clips. These aren't coming with me on cod opening, but something that I am planning on doing a lot more of this year is Murray cod fly fishing. Aussie Native Flies has sent me this fantastic collection of flies to my mail time a while back. Totally unexpected. I wasn't expecting it at all, and I was super excited to get them. Now I have done a little bit of Murray cod fishing with flies before. It's challenging and rewarding, and it's great fun, and it is very, very it's very frustrating if you catch trees. I forget what I was going to say. It's a lot of fun, let's just say that. It's very rewarding. I've got a selection of flies here from Aussie Native Flies, and you can find those guys on Instagram. I won't be fly fishing for cod on opening morning, but I will be fly fishing for cod pretty soon this season. I didn't do much last year. I did quite a bit the year before. I love it. It's great fun, and I'm looking forward to doing it again. That's it. This is the end. Thanks very much for watching. Good luck on cod opening. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, why not give it a double thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, click, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video.